Hi, welcome to the video Amazon S3 delete package examples. I am Nam Hambing from Code Java.net. Through this video, I'd like to share with you how to write Java code that deletes package on Amazon S3 server programmatically. In details, you will learn how to delete an empty packet and how to delete a non-empty packet. I suppose that you already have an AWS account, an AWS IAM user, and also you have the AWS SDK for Java installed on your computer. If not, I recommend you to follow the video how to set up AWS SDK for Java for Amazon S3 on my YouTube channel at this URL. Note that in order to delete packets in S3, the AWS credentials you are using must have right permission or owner of the bucket on S3. Now, I'm going to show you how to write Java code for deleting an empty bucket on Amazon S3 server. So as you can see, I have a Java Maven project in Eclipse IDE. Be sure that in the Maven project file, in the pom.xml file, you declare the dependency management for using Amazon AWS SDK like this you see, for using S3 API. Okay, let me create a new Java class here. Delete empty bucket example. Check this option to create the main method because it will be a simple Java console program. And I specify the bucket name to be deleted. Bucket name. Let me go to S3 service on my AWS account here. You see, in my AWS account, I have some buckets, and I want to delete the bucket code Java bucket one, which is empty. You see, meaning that it contains no objects. You see, so the name is code Java bucket one. And then create a new S3 clan object. S3 clan equal S3 clan dot builder dot build, and then create a new delete bucket request object. Delete bucket request object. Request equal new delete equal delete bucket request dot builder, and then specify the bucket name. Bucket name and browser request, and then simply call clan delete bucket passing the request object. So you can see the code is very simple. Okay, now let me change the bucket name to a name that does not exist on S3 server, and let me try to run this program. Run as Java application. You see, I got an error. You see, the error is the specified bucket does not exist. So, considering catch this exception, no shark bucket exception in your code. Okay, now let me change the bucket name back to the one that does exist on S3 server. The bucket name code Java bucket one here. You see, I have another bucket code Java bucket 2, which does not empty, is not empty. You see, here it contains some objects. So if I change the bucket name here to code Java bucket 2, let me check the name code Java bucket 2. Okay, and run the program again, and we got another error. You can see here the error message is the bucket you tried to delete is not empty. You see, so I change the bucket name to the one that is empty and does exist on S3 server code Java bucket one. The bucket code Java one here, you see code Java bucket one here. Okay, run the program. You see the program terminates quickly. That means it has successfully deleted the specify bucket code Java bucket 1. Now let me check, refresh here. You see the bucket code Java bucket 1 has been deleted from my S3 account. Next, I'm going to show you how to write Java code for deleting a non-empty bucket on Amazon S3 server. So as you can see, I have the bucket code Java bucket 2 that contains some objects here, you see. So now let me create another class based on the previous example here. Copy, paste, and change the class name to delete non-empty bucket example. Delete non-empty bucket example. Okay, and I specify the bucket name is code Java bucket 2. And in order to delete a non-empty bucket, you must firstly delete all the objects within that bucket. So you need to list all objects in the bucket. So firstly, create a new list objects request here. List request equal list objects request dot builder, and specify the bucket name. Bucket name and build. Okay, and call clan list objects, passing the list request object, and it returns list object response. And from the list response object we can get the a collection of S3 objects like this. List response contains here, and it returns the list collection of S3 objects contain list objects. Okay, and then for each object in the list collection we need to create another list collection like this as a list object identifier. It is the list that contains the objects to be deleted in the bucket. A list objects to delete equal new array list. Okay, and then we iterate to each S3 object in the list objects. Object in the list objects. Okay, and we add a new object identifier to the list objects to delete. Add object identifier dot builder. Specify the key is the object key and build. Okay, and then we send the second request for deleting the specified objects in the list objects to delete. So create a new delete objects request. Delete objects request equal delete object request. Delete objects request builder, and specify the bucket name and delete, and specify delete dot builder, and specify objects from the collection list objects to delete. You see, and then build here, and finally build the request. Okay, and then call clan delete objects, passing the delete objects request here. Okay, and returns delete objects response. Delete response. Delete objects response, and we can check the status like this. Objects deleted. Delete objects response as deleted. And then after all the objects within the bucket deleted, we send another request to delete the bucket because the bucket is empty. Then okay, delete bucket request, change the name, delete bucket request. Okay, that's the code for deleting a non-empty bucket using AWS SDK for Java. Now I'm ready to run this program. To delete the object, delete the bucket, call Java bucket to that contains some objects here. Okay, now let me run this Java program for deleting a non-empty bucket on S3. You see, the program terminates quickly and it prints objects deleted true. Okay, let me check, refresh. Yeah, and you see the bucket code Java bucket 2 has been deleted successfully. So in order to delete a non-empty bucket, you need to list all objects in that bucket and then send a request for deleting all the objects in that bucket by sending a delete objects request like this, and finally delete the bucket itself by sending a delete bucket request like this. Okay, so that you have learned how to write Java code for deleting buckets on Amazon S3 server, both deleting non-empty bucket and deleting an empty bucket. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share this video. Thanks for watching.